Alright fellas, what's up? This is John from Manwhore.org, and I want to give you guys today the perspective of a dating coach on this entire Rodger Elliot thing, because obviously this is our guy, right? This is what we signed up for. This is a 22-year-old virgin who's actively seeking pickup advice. Now obviously the guy got turned completely wrong and ended up taking the wrong direction, but it is something I wanted to break down for you guys, because I can look at Rodger Elliot and kind of understand how things took the bad turn. Okay, I know fellow dating coaches, fellow businesses in my industry, they're trying to take the easy way out. Oh, he's just a psycho. In fact, the rest of society is doing this as well. Oh, he's just a psycho. We can just brush him under the carpet and ignore some very important issues here. I know feminists are espousing the whole yes, all women, misogyny and violence against women. And at first, I was like, oh, come on, that's just enforcing the whole victim mentality. And then I read multiple reports or articles the next couple of days of like a guy shooting 3 girls in Stockton for not having sex with him and his friends. And of course, I have so many female friends that tell me all kinds of crazy stories. They're walking to Carl's Jr. or the gas station, and some guy verbally accosts them or tries to abuse them in some way. So it does happen. Violence against women is real. It's real in America, and I really can't deny that. I can give my side of things though and explain how things could have been avoided if the dating industry had done its job. I know he basically rejected us with surfing POA hate, but this guy is not, I don't think he was a sociopath. I think he just was turned wrong, and I want to explain that now, so let's go into it. Okay, so point number 1 is he'd created an identity of being a guy that didn't get any women, that was rejected by women. When you romanticize something, well, you can romanticize something, whether it's good or bad, you can blow it up in your head and make it your identity, okay? He was on POA hate. It was enforcing everything he believed about himself and about women, which is all kinds of misogynistic, bullshit thoughts, right? You've got to be alpha, etc. Now, that's the thing. That's the misinterpretation. We'll get into that later when we get into part number 2. But basically, when he created the identity for himself of a guy that gets rejected by chicks, that's the energy he put out there, man, and that's what he was going to get back from women. I mean, there's no way he'd have that kind of fucked up energy and have any girl meet him and want to put in the time and effort to chase this guy down this mental rabbit hole to actually form a bond with this guy so she'd feel comfortable fucking him. Not going to happen. Just not going to. The only female willing at that point to do anything to help this person or be close to them would be his mother. That's it. As cliche as that sounds. Okay, anyways, point number 2, pickup community. There's this huge misinterpretation. It's right here. To get girls, you must be mean to them, okay? This seems to be like the favorite way that newbies, novices, or people that surf POA hate, or Mist.com or Mist at the bodybuilding.com, think they got to treat women. I got to reject them, so they chase me or something like that. Look, nags or whatnot, or backhanded compliments, or teasing or qualifying. When people are really good at communication, this sort of thing just happens naturally. But in the hands of newbie practitioners, it's just gonna fuck you over. Okay. My advice for guys just starting out, be nice to everybody. Be nice. There's no reason why, okay? Besides, you're not going to get much of anything out of having an attitude with people. Especially as a 22-year-old virgin, the girls he was associating with are way better at being mean. Okay, so don't fight fire with fire at that point. It's just not going to work out well for you. Also, this is a contrary us against them, me against her combative mentality and attitude, okay, and it led itself to violence. Violence begets violence, and just with girls returning the same energy he was projecting towards them, they would create more and more resentment, okay? That's the deal. Now, the other weird thing is that same sort of thinking where the pickup community kind of did him wrong, is this whole I need to be alpha, I need to be a caveman brute and show my dominance through violence. Now here's the thing. This is another misinterpretation. We all have the desire to feel significant to society and especially the opposite sex. It is part of our evolutionary makeup to want to achieve significance and be significant to the opposite sex. We've all got it. Okay, I get that. His got twisted so that he's thinking it's got to be caveman, brute, violent style. And of course, everything he sees in the world backs this up. Well, I see only big, jock, muscular-looking dudes with hot chicks, so I've got to try to achieve the same kind of brute image in girls' minds. And it's wrong, okay? I mean, there are so many examples of all kinds of guys having amazing success with women from all walks of life. Once again, it's a misinterpretation. He went down the wrong path. The last point I want to make, and this just came out, we didn't know this at first. He was on prescription drugs. This is a big deal, okay? The thing is we've got bullshit loops in our heads, signals that say, that's wrong, okay? So one of those would have been, hey, I feel like murdering somebody. And his signal would have been like, oh no, there's something, it would have stopped itself before it gained too much credibility. He was cut off from his own human sympathetic drives and responses to things. That's what those drugs will do to you, okay? It cuts you off from your own sympathies, from your own human emotions. It tries to fix a problem and instead cuts the person off from the ability to actually look at it and deal with it, okay? Antipsychotic medication, Xanax, Vicodin, whatever he was on, it's not the way to go. I've got friends that come from Australia, and they're like, I'm disgusted. I've heard that 50% of all women in America have been on antidepressant medication. He's like, that's crazy. And it is, okay? It's not the solution. We have to learn to deal with our problems, not cover them up with drugs that just cut us off from our own ability to deal with the situation and learn from it, okay? Instead, this is a recipe for disaster. This is what happened here, okay? I wish I could have trained the guy. The students got to accept the teacher, but I just wish I could have been, stuck in the same room with him for, even an hour. Things would have come up. It's like everybody says, oh, he had so many psychologists, so many therapists from a young age. Those people, most people can't be comfortable with them. They're too politically correct. You can't talk about sex, okay? Some of them you can. Those are very special people, okay? But for the most part, this kid's not going to come out with everything he wants to discuss, okay? If it had, it wouldn't have happened because they would have, locked him up, put him under observation, been aware of the fact that there was a large looming problem. Instead, he kept it hidden, and it just marinated inside until it burst out in violence. Anyways, I hope you guys understand. If you have any questions, hit me up on the forum, manwhore.org/forum, and I'll talk to you soon.